Wait, you're telling me I'm black? What's up, guys? Kingless Jester here once again. Today, I have a story for you guys. This story is about how I found out I was black. And before you guys hit that dislike button, let me say, of course, I know, believe me. I mean, you can look at your skin. I'm not blind, not yet. That's a different YouTube video. I always knew that I was black. My whole family, they're white. So growing up, I never thought too much of it. I didn't care. You don't care. It's like when you find out you're sick or you don't want to go to the doctor because you don't want to find out. You don't want to find out the bad news. So it was a lot like that. You grow up from the age of, being born to 9. You don't care. Your family's your family. My dad's my dad. My mom's my mom. I love them for who they are. I didn't care anything otherwise. Same with my brother and sister. Of course, I knew we were different. I mean, you get those looks, you go places. It's the classic, when you're a kid, you're running around the store trying to find the last little thing. For me, it was probably junk food, candy. Like, oh man, I want to get this. What can I get? I want to get this to show, get mom or dad to buy this. And you run up there and you put it on the cash register, like, oh hey, I'm a good little boy. I'm gonna get me a toy or some candy. And then like the cashier looks like, this kid with you? You're like, oh yeah, he's mine. Or like the looks you get from like parents of your friends when they realize like, oh, a multiracial family. There's nothing wrong with that. And by multiracial, we mean just one black person in the family. And how I found out I was black, or better words, how I found out the events that led to me being born, I should say. I was 9 years old. I was hanging out with one of my good friends. Funny enough, he still actually is one of my best friends. I love him to this day. So we're hanging out. I think we might have just been chilling, like walking down the street, having a good old time. I don't know what sparked up the conversation. Now, mind you, we're 9 years old. We're like fifth graders, just hanging out, doing what kids do. And I'm sure he was curious. He probably just maybe started thinking about it. And he asked me a genuine, good question. I mean, who's smarter than a fifth grader? Like, this is stuff that like kids would like think of. So he asked me, he straight up just like, hey, is your mom your real mom or is your dad your real dad? And I'm not going to lie, as a 9-year-old kid, and who I know, deep down, I know there's something up. I just don't want to know. You're like, I don't want to find out. Like, these are my parents. So I'm like being naive and just not willing to hear them out. I'm just like, they both are, man. They're both my parents. And he's just, being like the smart ass kid. It's like, there's no way, man. I mean, it's not. I mean, either that's your mom and that's not your dad, or that's your dad and that's not your mom. It can't have it both ways. And we get to my house. I'll never forget this day. Walking in, my mom's like cooking dinner. I think she's probably cooking soup or something. I don't know. She's cooking something. And I walk in and I'm kind of like a little angry, just kind of feeling some type of way, to be honest with you. So I walk in. I'm like, Mom, we'll call him Steve. I don't want to, like, Mom, tell Steve that you're my real mom and Dad's my real dad. I'll never forget. Like, she turned around and had like a distaste. No, it wasn't bad. I mean, she turns around and she's just straight up like, well, "What if we're not?" You know. And I'm just, wait, you're not supposed. You're supposed to say, "Hell yeah, you're our son." But she hits me with the, "What if we're not?" And I think she instantly was like, I'm gonna take Steve home. I'll come back. We're gonna have to have a talk. So what she did is she took my buddy Steve home, and I'm sure on the way home she explained to him and his 9-year-old self, kind of maybe like in the nice, kid way, like, what the deal was. So when she gets back home, I'll never forget, her and my sister, and they approach me, and she just kind of nonchalantly says, "Justin, I had an affair on your father with a black man, and we had you. And your father decided to raise you as his own son. And honestly, it didn't hurt me by any means. More so, I mean, it made me sad just because you find out like someone you love and care for, being my dad, isn't blood related. But you quickly realize that that doesn't matter. Family is family, regardless of blood, creed, nationality. It doesn't matter. That's like beyond the point. But being a 9-year-old kid, it kind of hits you hard. And I took it pretty hard. I remember my dad getting home from work and running out there, like, to him, like, meeting him out there by his truck and just being like, Dad, Mom told me you're not my real dad. like being just like a crazy little kid. And I'm pretty sure, like, that night, we all, like, just talked as a family and cried, had tears. But, I mean, from that moment, it was wonderful. And I'll forever love my mom and dad. Like, they will be my parents. And I'll love my biological father. He is my biological father. I never got a chance to meet him, unfortunately. He passed away. But I've met other family members. I've heard good things. I've seen photos. I've definitely tried to get that connection back over the years when I was younger, and maybe not so much now. I mean, hell, I'm drifting away from my own family now. You get older, start your career, and shit, I wish it was a career. You start your progressively working full time, trying to make a living. You talk to your parents and family when you can and see them when you can. But that is, in fact, I like to say when I found out that I was not black. And like I said, of course, I know I'm black, I'm mixed, I'm biracial. I am white, I am black, I am both. I'm proud of both of my sides. I wouldn't change it for the world. But when I was 9 was the time that I found out that I did, in fact, have a biological father that I never met and didn't know, and he was, in fact, black, whereas my whole family that I'd lived with and my whole family that I've known for years was white. And there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like I've grown up to learn and love, and I mean, it's just all part of life. It's just kind of what happens. I thought I'd hop on and, maybe just tell this little story. It might seem all discombobulated, but I thought it was kind of neat. And if you guys are interested in more stories, comment below. Feel free to smash that like button. Hey, feel free to subscribe. I'm always trying to get new subscribers. But until next time, this is Kingless Jester out. Peace.
I'm just good at caring too much.